Foden was like basically has more claims to being world class? Because he will say that he's probably been misquoted because I think he didn't outright say.
I was tired of that guy, bro. Watching him was making me tired, bro. Just running.
What are you saying? Just doing jinky be jinky.
Bro, you know what? Because I think.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening, welcome to another installment of Podcast Pundits. I'm Dre, man. I'll be your host for today. As you already know, Man United fan, avid through and through, not doing too badly at the moment. But before I get into that, let me just tell you where you can find us. It's podcast.pundits, podcast pundits _. You can find us on all major platforms. I'm sure I don't have to list them. We're even on YouTube as well. If you want to follow us quick and easy, when we get the visuals, we'll be up there as well. Before I go straight into the games, we go around the room. I'll start on my right, Marley Mar.
Yo, Marley Mar here, Man United fan. Yep, enjoying this weekend based on the results. Man United are doing their thing. Performances ain't great, but yeah, we move.
Still getting the wins on the board there.
There you go.
And then we're moving on from Marley Mar.
Yeah, it's your boy Joe, nomadic Liverpool #1 supporter. Enjoying life, enjoying football. Happy to be alive.
Back to domestic football, yeah?
Let's have it.
And then moving on from Joey.
Yeah, it's your boy Strives, aka Striver, representing Arsenal, Nigeria, and England. Arsenal today. So let's go, man.
AKA on time.
Boy, you didn't leave me outside this time.
Hearsay.
What you saying? You put a battery in the doorbell?
Yeah, bro, I don't know what happened, bro. We won 6-0 and all of a sudden I couldn't make it to the studio, bro. Sabotage.
Hey, my neighbour said don't talk to him.
Who gets a call from a landline these days, bro? And last but not least,
De La Strada, free agent.
Bro, you made me sick, bro.
What do you want
You made me sick, bro. Newcastle's wheels are falling off and now you're a free agent.
What do you, when you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you say?
What do I see?
Yeah, what do you say?
I see a black successful man. Yeah, that's who I see.
Any club.
A free agent to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
All right, let's get into it. We'll start with our first game. Brentford 1, Liverpool 4. Mo Salah stars on his return, but the Reds lose potentially 3 players to injury. Joey, it was all going according to plan. Obviously, we'll talk about the injuries a little bit later on. But before the injuries, I think you guys were doing your thing, right? You guys were kicking ball, and there's been a lot of talk on this pod about Nunes. How do you think he was like linking up well with Jota as well?
The link up wasn't the greatest. Again, obviously that was a great goal. Emphatic finish from Nunes. Like, it was a quality finish.
Nunes the great.
I was sitting with Della though prior to we started recording. I was also saying to my to B-Man on the chat while the game was on. There was no way the keeper could save that shot because not even Nunes what he was going to do.
Yeah, he didn't know
what he was going to do in it. So yeah, it was a great finish, and the assist from Jota was industrious. To say the least, it was very quality. Something you would see Luis Suarez do back in the day. Bro, he didn't even look up and see where Nunes was. Like, it was a no look pass quality, bro. But yeah, no, it's top tier, man. So again, it's sad to see Jota go because I think there's a cap on how many games Jota and Salah are allowed to play together per season. We've not really gotten to see them cook together, so I'm a bit sad about that. And I think I don't know if he's going to be back before the end of the season, man. It looked quite
that looked like a serious one. He went off on a stretcher, right?
Yeah, knee injury.
Why do you say that? Like, there's a cap on the amount of times they play together.
Because they don't play a lot of games together.
I think it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah, it's not factual.
Well, I don't know, because these guys talking a lot of garbage, innit? So I was just fact checking, innit? But fair enough.
Okay.
Well, who have Liverpool got a cup final coming up soon, right?
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Is it Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
Some of the fans are in uproar that Chelsea get more rest than they do.
Because I was going to say...
we got a midweek game, innit?
Yeah.
Who is it? I want to say Luton.
And you got
Yeah,
Europa.
it is. No, it's not. No, yeah, it is
Luton.
Yeah, it's Luton.
On Wednesday. You got that at home.
Yeah. But sorry, back to the game. Yeah, we played well, man. Curtis Jones was another big miss because he was playing well in that game, controlling it. And then obviously Darwin Núñez is just a precaution. I think it was precautionary because
Makes sense.
he was a bit injured prior to the last game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just taking care of the players, man. And luckily we had Gakpo to come on. He's not been at his greatest or what I hoped for him this season, but he's still a very capable player and got a goal to crown the run out as well, man. So I think even though we've had quite a few injuries this season, man, we've lost one game this season, in my opinion. And every time we've had injuries, like players from the bench or from the academy or from the reserves have come through to perform, man. So I think that's how we have to look at it. Yeah, we've lost Jota, but who else is willing to take?
Yeah, they really stepped up, bro. Because obviously you didn't have Alisson for that game either.
No,
so,
and Kelleher, he's won the League Cup for us before. Like he's the goalkeeper for that one where we beat Chelsea in the final last time as well, man. So it's important for him to get a run of games. A couple of Liverpool fans in my groups, they've been onto him in a couple of his Premier League performances, but it's difficult to come in and play against a Premier League team when you haven't had any games in a long while, man. So
yeah,
it's an opportunity, man.
Because your injury list is quite
very substantial.
Yeah, you got Jota with a knee, Jones with an ankle, Núñez not really sure, Matip knee, Trent knee, Szoboszlai thigh, Thiago thigh, Alisson hamstring.
Bajcetic half injury.
Yeah, not really sure what he had. But yeah, so obviously with the final coming up, is that a worry, or you're like, well, the other players are actually stepping in and still doing a job? So
for me, obviously you want to win as much as you can in the season. But I've always maintained, in terms of Europa League and League Cup, that's not really my big concern.
But when you get to the final, you just want to win, innit?
Of course, you want to win it. Like, you want to get maximum out of the investment you've put in. But at the same time, I won't be disappointed if we lose that game, especially with all the injuries that we have at this time. And the more important thing to me is the title run.
It'll be like Klopp finishing how he started, innit? Because he used to lose a lot of cup finals, didn't he? When he got there.
Yeah, it'd be a shame for him to go out like that.
Yeah.
I know Miles being a bit of a prick as he said it, but it would...
I didn't even realise it. Because he's won so much, it's not really something you can make a joke of, is it? It's a bit weird, man. But no, I don't think it would be that much of a shame to be... it would be a shame if he left without any silverware.
Yeah, I think get one in the bag, man.
Yeah, but I think even League Cup is a bit... Like, that would be a shame for me if he just finished on a League Cup.
You know, you got to be careful because you got two United fans that were ranting and raving about it last season. You got to be a bit careful.
That's different. That's different.
We got to be careful.
That's different though, because obviously,
bro, I'm having your pause, but I'm having your back here, bro.
No, that's not happening because you lot were trying to take away from the League Cup.
Exactly.
And then
that's true.
I didn't.
You were trying to take away from the League Cup.
I just called it for what it was.
What, the Mickey Mouse Cup?
If that's what you're calling it.
No, but anyway, like I'm saying, I think of all the 4 competitions that we're in, the League Cup is the least.
Yeah,
of my
you
concern,
have
man.
stated that before, to be fair.
Yeah.
But obviously, if we move on from the injury, because obviously Jota went off, but then Salah came on, then he also set up McAllister. So
yeah, that assist from Salah was top tier. The first touch from McAllister to get away from the defender or put it in the distance for him to get that shot off was quality, man. So I'm happy with the quality of the goals that we scored. I'm happy. I was a bit disappointed in the mistakes that Brentford made for the last 2 goals.
Yeah.
But overall...
Why are you disappointed?
No, because obviously I want to win these games, but I want to win against top teams, because those top team wins, they galvanise you, especially in your run.
Yeah,
towards final few games, man. Like, obviously Arsenal have been going to these teams, and they've been slapping 6 and 5s against.
All that matters is just to win.
Exactly. So I'm saying they've been slapping against 6 and 5s, and I think very poor teams on the day have turned up. But the most important ones are going to be how they perform against Man City. Even if they leave that game with 1 point, that will be 10 times as valuable as the West Ham game or the Burnley game. So I want teams to turn up, and I want to beat teams that turn up as well, man. So I was just disappointed.
Bro, but with the injuries, you can have no complaints, man. Like,
I personally think the injuries probably dealt you the biggest title blow or the blow to your title charge, I reckon.
Yeah, I think because
That's why even Curtis Jones looked like he picked up some sort of ankle twinge. as
Curtis
well.
Jones looks quite serious. He could miss the rest of the season as well. And like I've been saying it from early on in the season, Curtis Jones statistically has been one of our most important players, man. So that one is it's a bit of a tough one for me. But then at the same time, we've been re-galvanized with the return of Endo. He had a good performance on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like as you said, Mo Salah coming
First half,
like
it was a bit lukewarm though.
First half was him coming back from Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
what I mean,
What was the
man?
first game in like 2 weeks or something for him?
Yeah. No.
I mean,
No,
for Salah.
because-
In the no, sorry, you talking about Endo or Salah?
Yeah, I'm talking about Endo.
Yeah, Salah as
So
well.
obviously he's just done a lot of mileage in the year, come to England, and you're getting chucked into a game straight away. So
Didn't he play at Burnley?
Endo,
Yeah, am I baffled there?
no, I don't think so.
No, he wasn't there. No,
No.
he's the one that he's always fouling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Free yellow card, that guy.
Yeah, they're kind of like Casemiro, bro.
Oh, yeah, 100%. No,
Yeah.
yeah.
The common trait.
Destructors, but yeah.
And then also Gakpo got on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, as I said, like Gakpo, he was he was a guy I had high hopes for this season. I was hoping he can really kick on, man. But he got hit with that injury in the Tottenham game and hasn't really recovered. Even though he scored a banging goal in that game, but he hasn't really recovered his form.
I was going to say, how would you assess him so far?
So far, I was hoping he'd be minimum 8 to 9 out of 10. I think he's been about a 6.5 out of 10 this season. But also, Gravenberch, who lost a bit of steam, he came on and I think he had a decent enough game.
Did all right.
He had a decent enough game considering that he wouldn't have been expecting to play as many minutes. So hopefully, again, this is opportunity for these guys who have played well. And as soon as we start getting these guys back in the team, man, it's a different kind of animal that we have in Klopp's last season.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with the Gravenberch shout as well, man. I think I liked how he kind of drew two players out of play before setting up Salah for.
He plays well in tight spaces, man, and like as you said, you can draw players towards him and then just play a relief ball and then just move into the space and just progress the ball like that, man. So it's good to watch.
It was good because I think you and I criticised him a couple of weeks ago, so it was good to kind of see him like turn up after Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
What about special mention like Conor Bradley? Dope game.
Conor Bradley, we're seeing same thing we're kind of seeing with Maino and we saw with Trent in the past, man. We're just seeing somebody who kind of looks wise beyond their years. And I like the way he kind of grew with confidence and was like, oh, fuck it, I don't have to just stay on the right. He started coming into the middle. He started bombing forward. Had that nice chance in the beginning of the game where he hit on his left foot and he was, right foot, but he tried to catch the keeper off guard. So you can tell there's something going on in his brain where he's like, I'm more than just a right back. I want to play football. I want to enjoy myself on the pitch, man. And you can see that, man. It was good to see, especially after the passing of his father as well.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's shows the mentality of the player, especially being so young, come back in the team and still perform against a half decent Brentford team.
Yeah. Shout out to Ivan Toney as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what did you think of Tony? Is he?
Yeah, I don't want to be harsh, but because I really had high ratings of Ivan Toney, but I'm just trying to think, where does he fit in at a higher club? And I'm kind of struggling to see where he'll go and kind of push on or be better than he is right now.
When you say higher club, as in a top 4 club or
Yeah,
just
top 6 club or top 4 club.
he can fit in Chelsea and Tottenham.
But if he goes to Chelsea, is he going to be a better player than he is now at Brentford, or is he just going to become furniture at a club?
No.
Because obviously you have a smaller role when you go to these bigger clubs.
I think if he was to go to Spurs, he can play ahead of Richarlison.
I don't think he's better than him,
He's not better than Richarlison.
I don't really rate him that highly.
I don't
Wait,
rate
hang
him,
on,
but
do you
I think
rate
he's better.
Richarlison?
I think he's better than Richarlison.
I think Richarlison's better than Tony. To be fair, I think Tony's he's benefited from being a face of a smaller club, whereby it's almost like when Grealish was. Paul wouldn't put it like that,
Big
but
fish, small pond.
like I don't think I think if he gets into a bigger pond, I don't think he shines as much.
But Chelsea right now and Spurs right now, they're not the biggest of ponds. So I think he'll fit in those. If he goes to
Chelsea's a
City,
big pond.
No,
I mean, they're not acting in the minute, but
where they are now, he'll fit there perfectly. He's better than Jackson.
And I think
he's not better than Kunku though.
No, I said Jackson.
Oh, okay.
we saw that with Maddison as well, because I think if Maddison went to a bigger team, could have been drowned out at that team. Not to say that he's not a good player, but it's an easy
a valid
transition.
point.
But why do you think Richarlison is better than what do you think Richarlison is better than Tony at?
I like his movement better. I think he's better in front of goal, I would say.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. He just doesn't get that many chances on that. Richarlison.
No, Richarlison gets loads of chances, bro.
Last season he had a stinker, didn't he?
I think Richarlison's good at he's good at like
no think finishing.
Yeah, like he doesn't need to take that many touches to get a good crack on goal. But I think that's probably
about it.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing I'm giving.
Because
if you take away Tony's responsibility of taking penalties and what else he does,
but he's good in the air. He's good in the air, shooting outside the box.
Hold up the ball.
Well,
yeah, I'm not saying that, but I just
hang on
as a package.
Sorry, he's good in the air. Great first touch,
link up play.
Great first touch pass, link up. Can do flick-ons better than Richarlison. He's great at holding the ball. Richarlison can't hold the ball at all. I think you're being a bit harsh.
Are you applying most of Brentford's characteristics to Tony? Because I don't necessarily think he's when you say he's the great first touch, has he really got a great first touch?
No, you're comparing him to
Ivan
Richarlison.
Toney. Ivan Toney is the best person at making a chance from one touch. When the ball gets launched forward, I've never seen anyone else in the league do a flick on or a header and then it goes straight to another striker to create a chance. I've not seen that from any other striker.
Okay. He had a good connection with Raya.
And then
maybe it's just favoritism. Then I think my overarching point is I just don't really.
It's a fair point that you guys go on about, because if you think about Brentford, they had Mope before, then he went, was it to Everton? Now he's come back to Brentford. They had Ollie Watkins before at Brentford, gone to Aston Villa. But that's what I'm saying. They've not really pushed on to like massive clubs where Ivan Toney's going to go.
Yeah, that's
so would he live up to that?
I don't think he can go to like a City, Arsenal, or Liverpool. But I think Chelsea, Spurs, or even Villa.
But isn't the difference in some of these players that we're mentioning would be the mentality that accompanies them? Like, you know, like you've got your ability and then it's your mentality as well. Yeah. And I feel like Tony,
he's got the mentality.
Yeah, I feel like I would give him a fair shot, like at a bigger club, bigger than like.
So do you think he can go to the teams I just mentioned that I feel that he can't fit into Arsenal, City, and Liverpool?
Yeah, I can't see why not. I can't see why he would. And I'm not necessarily saying he'd go
and
to
move
like,
the needle. I'm not
like
saying
move the needle.
Will he be better than he is now at Brentford? Is my question. Because, for example, do you think Jack Grealish is better than he was at Aston Villa right now?
He plays a different role, doesn't he?
No, but I'm asking, do you think like if we can balance the positions out and one is better than the other, do you think he's better than?
No, he was better at Aston Villa because he was allowed to play with less restrictions. I think in Man City you're molded to to playing a kind of role.
Yeah. So that's what my worry will be for Ivan Toney if he went to one of these clubs that has. But don't get me wrong, Brentford have a system. But if you went to like a Liverpool or a Man City, will it be taken away from his game?
I think he'd actually work at Liverpool, to be fair, and he'd probably work at Man United as well in terms of like the profile of, because Ten Hag he likes a target man, innit?
I reckon I see you working at United, Liverpool, maybe.
Yeah, I think everyone apart from the top three I mentioned.
Okay,
I think even Arsenal. Like,
but when I say Arsenal, I think like if he wouldn't be a regular.
He would work.
Like he'll want to leave. Well. He'll want to leave and be a regular. I don't think he'll be a regular at those three teams. Whereas at Chelsea, United, Spurs, I can see that.
I'd like to see it, man. I'd like to see it happen, man. Because again, I was impressed with him on the weekend, man.
I wonder who he goes to though, because we've kind of like we've eliminated ourselves from the running now. Well, that's the rumors anyway. That Arsenal's not interested.
Is that because of the price?
Yeah, I think it's because I think Arsenal will go for him at the right price.
It probably would be the price. Yeah,
100 M's is ridiculous. Yeah, I even think 80 mil is ridiculous.
But when there's guys like that Xerxes guy, I think we're back in the running for him.
Cold.
Yeah, and bro, like even to be fair, we'll talk about Arsenal another time.
You want to talk about them right now?
No, yeah, just don't want to go to
big
up Tony, man.
Yeah, no, he's trying, he's doing his thing. Obviously, he hasn't played ball in a little while, so probably gets a little bit of grace from me.
Considering he hasn't played ball for a while,
very impressive.
That's what I'm saying. He's doing actually better than probably most people would.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the cost, man.
Yeah.
All these players with high cost, man. You need to be a superstar, man. 100 million. How dare you, bruv?
What do you mean? That's only 30 million more than Højlund.
Højlund is...
He's not better than Ivan Toney.
Oh, okay.
No, but I'm saying he hasn't. He could be, but he's not.
I think he is, but okay.
You think you never thought that 2 weeks ago? Fucking insane, bro. This is fucking crazy.
This is why I'm a free agent, because you fans are mad.
Yeah.
Oh, football is a fluid sport.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know what kind of mechanical sport Dennis Shard is trying to turn this game into, bro.
No, the logic goes out the window. That's what I'm saying. It's a tribal aspect of the fans. That's why I
But I mean, we'll go to Highland. But I did have, points where I said that this is what he needs to stop doing, and he'll be all right.
No, we agree. But none of those points where he's better than Tony.
I don't really particularly rate Tony.
But you never said that he's better than Tony, bro. And we had conversation.
We haven't had that discussion.
We have had that.
Well, you wanted Tony at United.
This is nonsensical.
No, that's not true.
There was a period.
You never wanted Tony at United.
That's not true.
Hey, let me just say, there was a period, 100%. There was a period where it was being discussed. You were here as well.
Hoyland,
about
Tony.
Harry Kane and Ivan Tony being close together. It's on wax, bro.
It probably is. I said Harry Kane.
But no, I'm not saying that. But there was a period where you were deliberating it.
Because this is the point of the show, right?
No, I'm saying
deliberating him at United. That's
because we're linked.
My point is, Ivan Tony's now gone from being deliberated with Harry Kane to being Western Hoyland. The math is not mathing, but I'm saying what a difference 2 weeks
makes.
All
I'm saying is Hoyland's been compared to Haaland. That's why this is what the reports are saying. So I mean, if you're going to be in that league, we've got to have the right discussions, isn't it?
No comment.
Yeah, same there.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting, isn't it?
What
Guys start scoring a few goals, mate. And then,
then you start comparing it to people he shouldn't be compared to.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He did it, not me.
Ronaldo Senior. That's the next comparison.
Fans make me sick.
Yeah. So Liverpool's next 6 games, you've got Luton. Then obviously you've got the Chelsea in the final, which is your big one. So is he going to be going into that Luton game, maybe even resting a few players, or no?
I don't think he has a choice, bro. Because
you can't afford to rest players against
just because of where they sit in the league, right?
Because obviously you've got like a rampant Arsenal chasing. You've got Manchester City that obviously have been a little bit wounded by obviously their game with Chelsea. Liverpool are the pace setters, and they have to do everything in their power to keep that lead. You know what I mean, or even try to extend it. You can't. Like Joey said, like if you're gonna remember Liverpool's not in the same position as an Arsenal or a Tottenham or what have you not. They've been winning big honours. Like they're not gonna throw away the title race over the League Cup, in my opinion. I don't know that Luton is a smaller game than Chelsea, other than the fact that Chelsea's a final. Like,
I agree.
If I was Klopp or if I was a Liverpool fan, I'm expecting just a strong team, and then inshallah when it comes to the final, bro.
Now I was gonna say, so Joey, if you had to put the two into perspective, you're picking the Prem though, right? If you was to
100%, but I think
if you was to play like a full team and then you lost, but the thing is, I think the point that Strives has made that I'll bring back up is you don't want to get to the point where you get so many injuries that you feel like it costs you the league as well.
You know what? Klopp's been here before, innit? We were at the point where we're in 4 trophies, and I think,
but no injuries there.
No, but even then he didn't rest anybody for no games. Like he played whatever was available to him at the time. And I think he's going to do the exact same thing. I think he lost on 1 point. And I think this time he thinks he can do better, and he's got a potentially better squad.
But you've got a decent squad.
I think so.
Trent's out of the way, but you got Conor Bradley. Exactly. You still got Robertson's back. You still got Gomez that can.
Yeah, Joe Gomez came on for a couple of minutes as well. So I think he knows the importance of this game. And don't get it wrong. Like Luton play good football. So even though they're playing away from home, and that's where their stronghold is, but then he's going to be expecting them to come and play good football. So I think he's going to play a good team, and I think he's going to go again with probably the same or better team against Chelsea.
Yeah. Because then after you have the final, then you've got Southampton in the FA Cup. Then after that, Nottingham Forest.
That's where we'll rest players at Southampton.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest away. And then it's the Liverpool v Man City on March the 10th.
That's the game we need you to do your job, man, and then we'll take over from there.
I don't think it's a big deal for us,
No, it's a big deal for you, bro.
I think the game we need you to do your job is against Man City.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard job too.
Yeah, because you keep on talking about...
That's a hard job, man.
You keep on talking about us. Man City. We need you to do your job, bro.
Wow, crazy. Was there any other points that you feel like you wanted to express to us? Or just literally go into...
Should Tony have had a penalty?
Should Tony have had a penalty? I don't think so.
Nah.
Sure, I'm just remembering which one you're talking about.
It would have been stuff.
I don't think it's a penalty, But again, it's one of those ones. If the penalty was given, I can't see.
You can't tell.
Yeah, and then if the penalty wasn't given for us, I'll be pissed.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's why it's hard to be angry at these things, because I was angry at the start of the season, but I just realized, man, it's all different opinions from different referees, man. There's not going to be black and white opinion, and that will make the game rubbish. So the same way we want players to be able to express their emotions when it's a shit decision from the referees, we have to allow referees to make a decision that we don't personally agree with as well.
Fair enough. And Brentford's next game is actually v Man City on Tuesday. Yeah, they actually go to Man City. So moving on from this game into the next game, it segues quite nicely. Obviously, Man City won, Chelsea won. Rodriguez's goal gets cancelled out by Raheem Sterling's strike, but the champions lose ground in the Premier League race.
Wasn't it the
Did you write that headline?
Yeah. You spent time to write that wrong.
Yeah. That's why you didn't finish your report. That's why you didn't finish your report, yeah?
What did I say?
You said
Rodri cancelled. No, you
said
said Sterling cancelled Rodri. But yeah, Sterling scored first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, Sterling did score first, that's right. But I think the main point I was trying to make is that Man City obviously have lost points. And it was against Chelsea. Did we expect Chelsea to do something in that game, or was we basically thinking Man City were going to roll them out? I mean, don't get me wrong, Haaland for me did miss a lot of chances, but I think from my perspective, I'll put it out to the floor, thought like Chelsea kept their, I don't know, it's almost like they kept to their game plan well. They knew they wouldn't have the ball a lot, but they, outside of the ball, they were keeping in their positions. They were doing what they needed to do to make sure that they got, basically they cancelled out Man City. And when obviously, as sometimes when they did press as well, they got joy. They weren't just like hoofing the ball like route one. They were trying to find those little passes to like make their way out and then literally try and attack as well.
Yeah, they obviously definitely stayed in the game. So credit to Chelsea, but luck was on their side. I mean, they managed to draw that game because Haaland had one of his off days because he had bare chances in the game.
He did.
But so did City. I mean, so did Chelsea as well.
Chelsea had loads.
Yeah, Raheem missed.
They missed three sitters, bro.
Three sitters.
Yeah.
There was one.
Three sitters, bro.
The same. It's the
Jackson?
same. Yeah, Jackson. I think Sterling at twice or once before he actually scored. In the first half.
I think in terms of clear-cut chances, it might have been more Chelsea.
No, I think maybe just.
I remember Haaland had
three.
two.
I think he had three. Yeah,
Haaland had a few. I know Bernardo Silva had one as well.
No, that wasn't a clear-cut chance though. There's loads of players in.
In Bernardo Silva's, he's dope, bruv. That's a clear-cut chance.
No, but there's bare players in front of him blocking his way to
they
go.
weren't, bruv.
Okay.
No,
we might be talking about a different opportunity.
Yeah, no, he had a clear-cut chance. Yeah, man.
But I do think Chelsea, when they took off Sterling, I think it changed the game. They even, as I said, can't say his name,
Nkunku.
Yeah, he didn't really offer much when he was on the pitch, and I felt like with Sterling, at least Sterling was stretching them and he created chances. But when he came on.
Yeah, he didn't look up for it. People were saying he played good, but I was like,
no?
From which part? He looked like, he didn't look up for it.
I don't know whether he's still. I don't know if it's his mentality, whether he doesn't want to get injured again, or I don't know.
But I think
whether he's fit or not,
he didn't come on and replace Sterling positionally.
No, he didn't.
Nah.
So I think it was a bit of chasing shadows where he came on to play. I think, did Jackson go out wide?
Yeah.
And I think that's where there was a bit of issue, because obviously Sterling was wide, so he had a bit more space and was able to run at Kyle Walker. When Nkunku came on, he was just playing up top against Akanji, and
but that's where he plays though.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was always going to be a tough game, because even up until that point, Jackson was looking a bit dead in the start of the game until things started linking up, and then he started waking up.
You know what? I think he seemed okay, but his decision making was just poor. Like he was getting onto the ball a lot.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the final pass.
Yeah.
Just also. Yeah.
But yeah, so one thing I said was good about him, bro. There was an opportunity where like the ball kind of just bounced off and then he just managed to fling out a bicycle kick out.
Yeah, I saw that, but then that was the only thing he done.
Yeah, that was but even that, I was thinking, okay, cool. This guy is a very aggressive player, bro. Like, so I think when he does click, he's going to be a dangerous guy, man. But
yeah, he's definitely still a diamond in the rough, I should say.
You think so?
Yeah, it's like kind of like it's almost if like obviously this is like previous games as well. It's almost like if he had scored in those games, I don't know whether his mentality might have been different. As in, like when you score 1 goal, 2 goals, you get the confidence to like, kind of like push on.
No, I think he's got like about 2-3 goals out of like 3 or 4 games. So in terms of his goals conversion ratio,
but in terms of like he's missed a lot as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think his value
big chances.
He's the kind of player. His value is not in scoring goals. His value will be. Oh, you're talking about Nkuku? Sorry, I thought you were talking about Jackson.
Sorry.
I agree with you.
Do you see what I'm saying? I feel like he's like one of them players. If he scores 1 goal and then he scores another goal, his confidence takes him higher than his level of his game, if that makes sense.
But when we saw the brilliance of him in that game, it was some of the stuff we were seeing in pre-season that made, I don't know about everyone else, but I thought he was going to come and run.
Yeah, I thought he was
hit the ground running.
I thought he was going to play.
But what was good in pre-season was it was actually just link up.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's, I mean, he's we've seen him in front of goal. He's not hitting targets. Like he's not like Nunes.
He used to miss quite a lot when he was at Villarreal as well.
He only had a half a good season and signed him.
At Villarreal. Was it Villarreal? Was that?
Yeah.
He's not a name that. When you mention strikers, it's not a name you'd be like, oh, Nicholas Jackson.
It was a surprise.
I think he was a winger. Then they put him up.
Oh, was he a winger?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought it was
tried
Colombian.
to make him like an Henri, yeah.
I thought it was Colombian when they signed him, bro.
I was surprised when I saw him at Senegal.
Yeah. But sorry,
Hang on, Jackson.
Yeah, no, but it happens, bro.
What's his first name?
Nicholas.
Yeah.
We expected a Muslim name or something. No, but to answer your original question, I did expect Chelsea to cause Man City problems, bro, because it's weird. In the last game where they played, Raheem Sterling and Cole Palmer, they were like dead set on causing problems to Chelsea. Whatever the result is, I knew these guys said we're leaving here with something. And I think we got the same thing again this game as well, man. Like, but you watch them coming out the tunnel, bro. These guys look up for it, man.
I feel like Palmer has like that kind of calmness, and then they had Gusto, who had that like energy to like push the team on.
Yeah, Gusto is a good head-to-head, man.
Yeah, I like him.
Was quite dope with these
he's ever in it.
Interventions. What do you guys make of like? Because I've been seeing like Chelsea fans around me like blaming Pochettino for going mad defensive in the second half, like maybe a bit too early, when maybe like he inviting pressure.
As I said earlier, I think it, but I don't think that was his intention, because he took off Sterling and brought on Nkunku. So yeah, I don't know why they went defensive, because he only went defensively when he brought on Chalobah, and that was when last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, and I agree with that decision.
Huh? We went 5 at the back end.
Yeah, like I said, that was pretty late.
Decision.
Yeah, that was pretty late. So I don't think he made any tactical decision to become defensive until like the last 10 minutes. I don't think I agree with what they were saying. But you're playing against City. City are gonna pin you back at some point.
Exactly. I think that is the kind of the way you have to play against City. I think you kind of, I don't know. I don't think Chelsea have enough in their team to go like toe to toe.
Not many teams do, to be fair. Arsenal, Liverpool, Brighton maybe have a chance and get battered. Who else is there? Man United wouldn't do it.
Villa.
You think they'll go toe to toe with them?
Villa beat them though.
And Spurs as well. And Spurs as well, to be fair. Spurs, they try to, but obviously in the FA Cup game, they got wiped away. But Spurs are always one of the team that you expect to give a problem to Man City when they go.
And they do have a decent record against City. But Rodri kind of retained his record by scoring.
It was a bit of a,
because he doesn't lose when he gets selected. Apparently,
exactly. Yeah,
Avil did. He's the best DM in the world.
It's because they've seen Partey.
Wait, hang on. There's nothing to yield, bro. Was you screaming Casemiro, or was you saying Casemiro?
Yeah, I think it was.
I was screaming Casemiro last season. But it's based off last season. Like, what are we doing here?
What did Casemiro do last season, bro?
But he was balling out last season.
Half a season. Half a season,
when
bro.
the discussion,
It was because he was scoring a couple of goals.
Hold on. Hold on, boys. When we were having a discussion about the best DMs, like he was off the back of just winning multiple Champions League Real Madrid.
No, stop that, bro. Because he came here to die.
Calm down. Plug your mic out. When we had the discussion,
plug your mic out. It's crazy work.
When we had the discussion, it was worth the discussion because he was playing well, and he was just off the back of coming back from Real Madrid. So it made sense. Obviously now he's like
Partey was playing well, Rodri was playing well,
and they were in discussion.
They weren't. They weren't, bro. They was in a different discussion to Casemiro, bro. You tried to put them in.
Hold on, what do you think the discussion is then?
No, the discussion was Partey and Rodri, and then you started bringing in Casemiro, bro. Nobody ever put them in there, bro.
All right, well,
I think Stripes was just being polite.
Hold on.
Because he does that sometimes. He's just polite for no reason.
Find the articles, isn't it? Like, I mean, this was a thing, innit? Like, a lot of podcast discussions we're having.
Oh, yeah,
Casemiro.
they were having.
Yeah, I'm saying. That's what we
many
did.
United fans trying to have that discussion.
Oh, behave, mate.
But no, wait, I said he came here to die, bro. And that's what he's doing right now, bro.
Yeah, right now he is.
How long has he been at United for? 2 seasons?
Yeah.
Raw. So he only
season.
really one.
It's been a slow death, bro. It's been a slow death.
I mean, we know how this isn't bad Man United, by the way, guys. But we know how we roll. This is a Man United thing, isn't it?
United great again.
Well, was used to be.
This may be his last season, man.
It should be.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the real story here about yesterday, though. This Malo versus Malo Gusto versus what's his name?
Doki.
Black Sonic.
Yeah.
I mean, I was waiting for you to bring this up, man.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you.
I didn't have to say anything, bro. But I knew he was going to bring up.
Bro, I was tired of that guy, bro. Watching him was making me tired, bro. Just running.
What are you saying? Just doing jinky bijinky for. You know what? Because I think because I was buying into the hype a bit as well. Going, you know what? This Doku guy could.
He's a good player.
I was thinking.
It's one game, bro.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
Like
what
I was thinking Joey was being unfair in it, but
He
bro,
was being unfair because when Doku was playing well, he was saying he wasn't playing well.
No, because
a broken clock is
that's true. What you said is true. But my thing is that he's not a good player. I'm just saying his game is not something I like to watch. Do you know what I mean?
In what sense? What makes his game bad to watch?
Run.
The way I don't know. Like for what I was doing a little look into like his output, and obviously saw the game the other day, and he looked no different to Saint Maximin, bro. Like, you know, like when you used to say like, oh, there's a reason why no one's come for Saint Maximin from Newcastle. He's in Saudi at the moment, bro.
No, but you saw Saint Maximin over at least 2 seasons. You've only seen Doku.
Doku was Anderlecht's wonder kid once upon a time. After he had that wonder little moment in the Euros a few years ago, like we never really heard from him again, and then he's popped back up in the Premier League, and you know he's done a few jinky. He was the best left winger in the Prem. We've been seeing that though, innit? Everyone's been saying that in different like platforms or even in conversations. We've had it here on this table. We were gassing up Doku.
We said it. No,
I still rate him. We said it when he played well, bro.
He came on and had 6 assists or something, whatever it was.
4 assists against Bournemouth in a 6-1 defeat.
It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter if you're stat padding though.
No.
Are we doing this in one game?
I'm just saying that.
No.
I'm just saying that, you know, I felt like Joey was cooking something up in the oven, and I just feel like it might be ready. That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, you're going to make a point. Yeah, because Chelsea they actually defended well. Like, it wasn't like Doku was like trying to do jinky and losing the ball. He was getting balls in. They were just getting cut out.
He completed 2 crosses, bro. He completed 2 crosses in that game.
What's the game, bro?
I know the stats. He completed 2 crosses because I went to check it after, bro.
How do you define a completed cross?
A cross that gets into the box. What do you mean?
No.
I'm not talking about crosses that made it to the player. Let me finish that point.
Hold on, wait a second. Hold on. Can we get some parliamentary procedure? Barley Bar needs to stop being a dickhead. Because he's doing, I don't know what he's eating today.
What's the question? He said he watched the game, but you don't know the stats.
Like,
it's just the way he's handling Joey, though, man. It's quite impressive, but it's like, yo, you've done it twice now.
Something's going to make a point. And I feel like a point is going to back me up.
If you just watch football, and if you don't watch football and you only look at the stats, yes, you could say someone only made 2 crosses, but there's sometimes he'll probably attempt to take a player on, come back, then pass it.
That's not what I said.
Not losing the ball.
That's not what I said. He said that he did the crosses. I said he only completed 2 crosses. I don't know what's going on here, bro. But I don't think he's a bad player.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, like when I watch somebody, he's not pleasing on my eye. That's what all my gripe is. But he's a good player.
But when people were talking about Doku, he was pleasing on the eye. Not
to me.
Okay. But he was beating players, assisting, and playing a crucial part to his team's win. Now he may not be. He may be. I don't think he's off form, but when you play against a low block, sometimes what can you do? He's on the pitch to try and force something to happen.
But he's been playing against low blocks. Most teams that Man City play against are low blocks.
I'm not disputing that, but I feel like when everyone comes out, someone has a bad game. It's like,
I agree.
Oh yeah, now I realise he's not as good as. No, he's just one game.
You know what? All right,
he's only 21. Like,
I can only talk for myself. I just kind of want the same. You see this grace that you man are affording Doku. I just kind of want this. Yeah, I just want the same kind of grace for
my boy.
No, people rip Martin.
That's what I'm trying to gather.
No, but and remember, I've also been harsh on Martinelli. So if I've been harsh on Martinelli, and then I'm thinking, hold on,
I have as well, bro.
This Doku guy is. He might be a bit of a fraud as well.
This is what I'm saying about the tribalism.
Yeah, but you're saying tribalism, but I'm also being quite consistent. Like Martinelli has got 7 goal contributions, similar to Doku, but Martinelli's got 5 goals to his 2 assists, which should be 3 after the weekend just gone, but he just got robbed. And Doku has done what? 4 assists in one game.
But the point you're trying to make is that you're bringing it back to the fact that because people criticize a player at my club, now I'm going to say, you know what, that player there, I'm going to criticize him now because they criticize my player.
But you know what,
let me finish. That's a tribalistic thing I'm talking about. That's a tribalistic thing I'm talking about in football, whereby not everything has to be a comparison because you slew my player. So,
but that's not unfair though, because I don't support Arsenal or Man City. I'm talking
about the point that he just made there. But it's not valid.
But I just because I support Arsenal doesn't mean it's not valid. It just means that you can prove I might have an agenda. But my point is still valid because you also got like Rio Ferdinand that was on a platform talking about he's the best left wing in the Prem at some point.
But Rio Ferdinand,
based on form at the time, he was, but he isn't. Like, let's be honest.
Wait, I don't understand that. So based on form at the time, he was, but he isn't. That doesn't. It's either you're the best in the league or you're not the best in the league.
But it's the same argument I have for how I determine world class. Like I think world class is based on form. Like Lionel Messi and Ronaldo are world class, but Ronaldo certainly isn't like world class like at the minute.
Yeah, but it's weird because obviously when people are making these statements, they're making absolute statements. Like you're saying he's the best in the league. That can't be a statement based on form. That's got to be a statement based on the player's ability.
Yeah, ability and form.
Yeah.
No. You have to have the ability, and you need to be showing that you're doing.
Let's just give the guy a whole season.
Because it's like people say Jude Bellingham is the best in the world right now. I don't think he's the actual best in the world.
He's
but he might be on form.
So that means he's not the best in the world then?
I don't think he is.
Are you guys saying that what Doku's
was doing?
It was doing, is doing. If you just balance it all, like averaging out, even just averaging out from beginning to now, is that okay for you boys? Like,
what's the question?
Doku, you think, like what he's been doing, like is that okay for you guys? Like if that was obviously if you supported a club, Del Estrada, or you man, everyone that supports their club, if he was doing that in your team, is that okay for you?
For the first season,
he's out for the season for sure.
Yeah, for the first season, got 2
goals.
got
2 goals. Yeah.
See, this is the thing. It's lazy.
No, I'm just asking if that's all right for you, lot. For me, it's not. But in your football's a subjective game, innit? Like for me, it's not, innit?
The reason why I think it's okay is because you have to understand the balance of Man City, how they play and where their goals come from, all that stuff. So I do think it's okay, and I think it's exceptional for your first season. But in terms
exceptional,
of for your first season, because you don't get that from many players in their first season.
I would say 2 goals, yeah.
And
to be fair, I think he's a winger. I wouldn't like when it comes to Doku. I don't look at Doku and say I'm going to get goals from him. I think he's going to get assists or create stuff.
You just don't know the mere fact that he's got the ball and he's probably got 2 people on him now. He's creating space.
Yeah.
So there's more to football than just goals.
Yeah, bro, you're talking to someone that sees my wingers get doubled up on all the time, but their stats are better than Doku. But anyway, we move.
Exactly. We move on. Also, as well, I think he was injured a little bit over Christmas, and he's not always been in the team.
I hear that, man. I love it, man. Let's keep bringing them the excuses, bro.
It's not excuses.
He's comparing like a cultured winger against inside forwards.
Guys, I want people to not mix my things about Doku with Strive's things about Doku. I think it's 2 different things.
No, they're the same thing, bro.
It's not.
Two different
I don't know why you're beefing me this episode, bro. I don't know why you're beefing me this episode.
The same thing, bro.
Hey, what's Man City's next fixtures?
Brentford.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's Brentford.
Harden's going to duppy them still.
Hope so.
Yeah.
I hope not, man.
Oh, that is mad. Why am I saying I hope so?
This guy,
fantasy football league.
Your energy's off.
You know what? It's this fantasy football league. I've dropped behind again, innit? So I need to make up the points.
But you know what? I knew I shouldn't have played my triple captain. But everyone was doing it, so I was like, you know what?
When would you have played it then? Actually,
they can have another.
Guys, let's keep
Solanke
in the fantasy.
Okay.
Actually, I can't even give away stuff, but there's another opportunity to play it.
Yeah, I know. And you could play Solanke, but everyone was doing it. So if he had a hat trick, and I would have been left behind. So
that really works, by the way.
What?
Well, you know when people do triple captain on like 2 game weeks, that really bears fruit, bruv.
But sometimes it does. There was times when Haaland last season, Aguero a couple of seasons, and if you flop and you don't follow suit, Yeah, that's where you get left behind.
All right, let's move on anyway. Like people don't want to hear about
real life.
fantasy league. They want to hear about the proper games.
Let's do that, man.
No, people care about it. You see, Stormzy doing fantasy.
Let him host, innit?
What?
I don't care about what people
just because I don't do it, I don't really care for it. So, man.
Straight up.
Yeah. Let's move on to your team strives, man. Let's just bring you into it. Five-star Arsenal.
You moved us up the running order, yeah?
I wanted to go out with a bang.
The listeners didn't have to know that, bro.
No, because you know why they didn't need to know it? Because it shows the psyche. My man thinks the win against Luton it's such a big deal that he wanted to talk about Luton at the top of the program, bruv. Like, you know what I mean?
It wasn't a top program. It was the third game.
Don't worry, bro. Just get a tissue, man. Just wipe your forehead, bro. Don't need to sweat.
My forehead's cool, man.
Shut your mouth, bro.
Yeah,
Just talk about your dusty. Don't even dusty. You know? I have to cut you back these days.
This guy's gained too much confidence. I want to bring him back down to earth. I don't know where he is right now.
But
he's somewhere in space. He must be on another planet. But I don't blame you.
I don't mind when we spoke about my team, you know, but if you want to talk about it now, let's do it now, man.
I don't blame you. Obviously, Burnley 0, Arsenal 5, 5-star Arsenal. Saka scores twice as the Gunners keep up with Premier League leaders Liverpool with a thrashing. Instead of just going straight into the game, Strives, let me just put it to you now. Because before, I know you kept saying you need the striker, but do you really need the striker? Like, because obviously, if you're gonna go off these past few games, bro, the goals are coming. They're thick and fast.
The goals are coming. It's important, to like, I don't know, like, so it's not. Let's not get too, and it's going to sound rich, especially with Del Estrada kind of berating me and not that too long ago. But you don't want to be too reactionary, so to speak. Do you get what I mean? Yeah, we can cope without a striker. I think I even said it last week. I think without a striker, I still put us within, like, I feel give us a good chance of potentially winning the Prem. Hence why I've been quite loudmouth this season, made bets that corroborate that belief or whatnot. But I do still think a like out and out striker gets you the extra amount or set of points that I think would set us apart from the rest of the league. I think I went as far as saying we'd piss the league. But you know what? I've talking about this point here. Last season, what we noticed is when we had a little bit of a run like this, when Leandro Trossard was kind of playing centre forward for us, we changed it for no reason when Gabriel Jesus returned. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So who knows? If we didn't change it for no reason back then, maybe I wouldn't even be telling you we need a striker, because maybe, I'm not saying that it would have turned in a different way, but it may have. Like, it wasn't broken. It was working. Maybe if he kept it that way and let Gabby Jesus work his way back into the team, who knows? Maybe we may not have dropped the points we dropped. Yeah. Maybe we might have won the Prem. Maybe I wouldn't even be saying we need another striker. Who knows that? But so obviously we're in a similar position now. If Leandro Trossard stays and lead in the front line, who knows, bro? Because he's doing a decent job.
Yeah.
He missed a good few chances as well against Burnley, but at the same time, he also converted them. I personally think he's a better striker of the ball than Jesus is. You get what I mean?
It's important to highlight as well that bar those players from your set pieces, you're getting your defenders are getting you the goals as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's
we are sharing goals around. So I understand, like, don't get me wrong. I don't make anybody crazy for thinking, oh, you don't need a striker, what have you not. But I just find it ironic when people make me crazy for thinking that we should get that striker, because I feel like that's what will, set us apart, so to speak. But no, bro, like, credit to the Arsenal, man. Even credit to Arteta. Like, trust me, I'm so close to really doubling back on some of my criticisms, or some of the standards, or some of the what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the ultimatums that I set for him, because. But they're Estrada, man. So let me cook, man. But yeah, I'm close to, like, honestly, because I'm not a proud man, but not too proud. You know what I mean? I'm happy to say when it looks like I'm getting it wrong, and I really want him to
prove you wrong
all the way. Because I thought this January, if you don't get a striker or whatever, you've thrown it away. You get what I mean? This time last year, actually, this exact time last year, we beat Villa. We came back from behind twice and beat them 4-2. And that's when I started to have I dare to believe that, hold on, we might be able to win this Prem,
Yeah.
At this time last year. Fast forward a year later, when everybody said that we would never be in this position, we would be fighting for top 4, etc. We're not ahead of the pack like we were last year, but
Yeah.
I feel better here. Like
You should feel better, bro.
Yeah,
They've got
like-
like 21 goals since Jan 20. And, bro, when you're banging in the goals, but then you're not conceding them, that's the thing as well.
Yeah, we're just a bit more difficult to play against. Like
Defo.
when Joey's saying he needs us to do a favour against Man City, as much as I'm saying, well, I wouldn't count on it. I won't lie to you. There's a part of me that's saying, "Yo, man, bring it on," because I haven't seen teams like rip us apart and just tear us apart and just defeat us. You get what I mean? Like, what is it? We've conceded 22 goals in 25 games, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Arsenal moving brazy at the minute. I think they've conceded 2 in the last 5.
Yeah.
And 21 goals.
Yeah, since Zinchenko's been gone.
I think they said Arsenal only conceded in the last, I can't remember how many games, but only conceded about 2 shots on goal
It's
in about
a
5
madness
games.
still.
It's
a madness.
crazy.
You're not playing well, man. There's less pressure when you're not at the top.
I was going to say,
That's why I think I prefer it this way. Like,
Definitely be in those positions.
Yeah, like just do our business slowly but surely, and then quickly win the Prem at Old Trafford like the good old days. You know what I mean?
So, Dele, if I put it to you,
For real, what, the second to last game, innit?
nah, bro, that's where we dent your title hopes, bro. But yeah, no, if I put it to you, Dele, is Arteta getting the formula right now to kind of prove people wrong?
I think
Because there's nothing more he can do. They're not conceding goals. People are hardly having any shots against them. Possession of the ball. Most of the time, Arsenal have possession of the ball, even with the top teams. They're scoring goals, not just because they haven't really got a striker, but then people are stepping in from midfield, from players that play up front, defenders that play at the back. So what else does the guy need to do? He just needs to win the league, right?
even if he doesn't win the league, I think he's proven that he's in the right trajectory. And I think I mentioned on the pod a while back, and if I bring people back to last season with Man City, when Man City started off the season, and I think there was a lot of talks about they just weren't clicking. And second half of the season, you saw like they literally clicked and they just went on a run. Now, I'm not saying Arsenal are going to do the same thing, but sometimes we need to give managers, people time to put new things into motion.
Yeah,
If Arsenal started the season with the same midfield of Xhaka, Partey, and Odegaard, you can expect them to start cooking straight away. But you had a midfield of Rice, Havertz, and Odegaard, so it's a completely new dynamic. So you have to give that time to adapt. And I know some fans are not completely bought into Havertz, but sometimes if you just watch him, he may not look pleasing on the eye.
Yeah.
But if you just go back to those maybe 4 of Arsenal's goals, on Saturday, he played a part in it. Whether he's moving, whether he's playing the I don't know how they define
pre-assist.
Yeah, the pre-assist. They're winning the header. Like he's playing a crucial role and just being a facilitator. And now you can see maybe this is how Arsenal are going to be for the rest of the season. Who knows? But you just needed to give it time for it to click. And I think Arteta, for the last couple of seasons, he's proven and he's shown how good a coach he's been, because he's competing against Man City and Liverpool, Salah, Haaland, KDB. Imagine KDB and Haaland, the best assist and the best goal scorer. That's who Arsenal have to compete against.
For real.
And without a killer goal scorer, their goal difference is not too far off.
Nah, exactly.
So,
we got the best goal difference now.
Okay, so so imagine that best goal difference, best defense, and this is the manager only been managing 4 years.
And they don't have a 30 goal a season striker.
So that's what I'm saying. Even if Arsenal don't even win the league, for certain fans to say, he should go and leave, he should leave.
It's mad. Crazy talking.
You're killing yourself.
Crazy talk.
Certain fans just said the grace would be over. That's all. They didn't say all that. That's all I'm saying.
What are you saying?
That being said, though, Saka's numbers are crazy.
Yeah, Saka as well.
So I don't know. Somebody posted something about him and Ronaldo
same
being
numbers.
cousins or some shit like that. But so I'm saying that because you're saying Haaland and KDB, but you've got Saka and Odegaard.
No, I'm not disputing that. But what I'm going to say as in,
he ain't got anyone, by the way.
I don't know. Keep on saying you. I'm a freak.
You see how he said to that? You see how he said it?
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, but you're talking football. You're talking about a particular club. You're talking about Arsenal right now. That's what I'm saying. So.
It's your second.
Yeah,
why are you smiling like that for? You're trying to claim them.
KDB. I know what I said. KDB is the best assister.
And
Haaland is the best goal scorer. Arsenal don't have the best assister. They don't have the best goal scorer.
They haven't, but they've got
They got
one of the best wingers in the league.
No, but you're still missing my point. But I'm saying the best assistant, the best goal scorer,
I know,
and the best
but
manager.
Not everybody can have that, but you still have to challenge. I'm saying even though they haven't got the best of the best, they've got the best of something.
Yeah,
and they've got another best of something. Because do you know what I mean?
I'm not disputing, but I'm saying, but they are not the best. Yeah, and that's who Arsenal are going up against.
Yeah.
So similar to the point that Strives made earlier, where if Arsenal did get a goal scorer or someone that's out and out striker or whatever, they can probably, move a bit away from some of these teams because this is it's similar to Man City because Man City were doing what they're doing, then Haaland came, bang.
No, but the thing is that Haaland came in and Man City's goal tally hasn't exponentially increased because the goals kind of get the balance. We said it last week,
but it's not so much the goal tally changing, but the points.
Yeah.
I suppose it's probably more goals going through Haaland than as a team compared to Arsenal.
But I'm saying, so now that's there, that takes away from other people. Like KDB won't have as many goals.
No, exactly.
Or Black Sonic won't get as many goals.
That can potentially happen to Arsenal, which is why I say, what kind of strikers do you actually want in your team? Because I think an out and out like
what are you saying,
tapping goals, Haaland tap guy.
It changes the game completely.
Yeah, 100%.
I was going to ask him about that if they're getting Mbappe.
I think.
Oh Jesus Christ!
He said
that can't happen in Jesus' name. That would never happen.
If we ever got Mbappe, that's it. Expect. In fact, you guys will just have to leave the podcast. I'll do it by myself because you guys won't be able to tolerate me. Like,
I don't think you'll win the league with Mbappe.
I don't think we're not getting him anyway. He signed.
He's going to go.
I think he signed a pre-deal with Real Madrid. So that dream got deaded really quickly. But
Arsenal would win the league with Mbappe.
We would,
100%,
man. But to answer the question that I think you were asking is, I think we just need a different profile because what I've realised recently is teams set up with the lowest block against Arsenal. I think it's actually been statistically proven as well that teams put the low. Yeah, literally.
How would you statistically prove that?
Because he showed the stats.
What's the stat?
He put it in a group.
Yeah, I think I put. I don't remember when I posted it.
Sorry. What was it out of curiosity?
It was basically I think it was. There was measuring. How measuring the defensive line to the goal. So how far back it is. And it's always been the lowest block against Arsenal. So in 90% of the games, we're not going to have space to run in behind. So which is probably what's been affecting the likes of your Martinellis. And obviously we just excused Doku for that similar thing. So you're going to need different type of like players or strikers that can deal with those kind of game conditions and still get you, like, even if you're not going to get your 30 in the whole season, but more than, the 9 or the 10 that Gabby Jesus is going to get you, plus all the injuries that he has, what have you not. We just need someone, in my opinion, that striker. And if you can get that marquee striker that can get you a goal out of nothing, then
like a poach, like a Cavani type.
Plus Jesus would learn from them as well, bro.
Yeah, I'm not even saying get rid of Jesus. I'm not saying that at all.
Get rid of it.
I'm just
saying it would help him. I think it would help him. I think it would help him.
I don't know if it's. I don't think you can teach Jesus new type of football, if I'm going to be completely honest. I think what he's good at now, he's very, very good at. And there's no point in trying to make him a different player because it's very useful what he does.
Yeah, like we're going to need him in the Champions League for sure. He's a Champions League killer. He turns into freaking Ronaldo, like not CR7 Ronaldo, R9 Ronaldo in the Champions League, man. So we're going to need him. Like,
does he play better for you in the Champions League than the Premier, you'd say?
It just,
because there's more space.
I think he does. Yeah, like Dennis Strada said, I think more space to play with, man. It's just good, man. Saka's just doing his thing. We've got the best two centre backs.
I was going to say,
everything's just going well.
I know you brought it up. Was it last week or I can't remember which week it was? It was about Odegaard. I think we were discussing whether he was world class.
He's etched himself into one of like the top playmakers the club's had. You know what I mean? We're gonna be talking about him amongst the likes of your Dennis Bergkamps, your Mesut Ozils, your Cesc Fabregases, and Martin Odegaard. He's putting himself amongst that, man. And the thing is with him, like, I feel like he's been playing well for a lot. I feel like there was a point in the season when he just wanted to be a second striker, like, but I feel like he came out of that like pretty early. But I feel like some critics were unnecessarily harsh with him, in my opinion.
Well, you one of them critics.
Yeah,
I was at the very beginning,
Yeah,
but I
so-
felt like when I was, I personally think when I was, it was
Of course
actually.
you would think that.
No, but I think I'm quite fair. Like I know that I'm an Arsenal fan.
critique.
I'm an Arsenal fan, but I do feel like I'm quite fair. Like when guys are moving mad, I'll call you out. I called out Martinelli the other day.
you
You know,
did,
I call
you did.
people out. But when Odegaard was doing decent, and I felt like guys were piling on it, I'm thinking, nah, that's not fair. And all that's happened since is just shown like chances of being converted. People are recognizing him, but all I'm saying is I was recognizing it before the chances were getting converted.
But what were you? What was your gripe with him at the start? Not start of the season, early on in the season.
Early on in the season, I just felt like he was kind of getting away from like that playmaking
And trying to score goals. and
Yeah.
stuff.
I felt like he just
I remember
was
you saying that.
a bit too starving to be like our second striker, almost, so to speak. Like I felt like he had like I don't know if he had a personal bet on with someone like I'm going to get this amount of goals this season, or he wanted to beat his goal tally.
Why? Because he was shooting more often.
It was like I felt like he was
But
Yeah.
doesn't that just lend to what Della was saying in terms of like this is a new midfielder? Everybody's trying to
work out where they
play, how they play
he's had to
together.
play deeper now, and I feel like his roles kind of changed. So you're not really comparing him
And
to your
it's probably
KDBs
Arteta
no
that's
more.
changed his instructions as well.
You're probably comparing him more to your Bernardo Silvas now, but at the same time now he's not wasteful in front of goal. Sometimes he'll get that opportunity and he will still take that shot. But I just felt like he was forcing the shot a bit more earlier on.
But John Boyle, I'm going to say your name again. John Boyle would criticize Odegaard for not shooting. Now now at the beginning of the season you were criticizing him for him shooting too much.
Too much.
So that's when sometimes someone just can't win it. So unless the ball's getting in the back of the net, you will have an issue for him shooting, and Jonathan may have an issue for something else. So and what again? Back to that midfield, he looked very different, or he may have seen that all he cared about was just getting shots off, but he was really getting the ball. And there was a midfield of Declan Rice, who is good, but obviously he's not Partey to break the lines. Havertz, who weren't really low on confidence, didn't really want the ball. So Odegaard was there doing everything by himself and trying to get the ball in the right spaces.
Yeah, but he was getting in Saka's way a bit sometimes. You know how I feel about Saka as well. He was occupying that position, that pocket. He didn't need to be there. That was just how I felt. And you know what? When John Boy said what he said, I did note that he was kind of saying the opposite to me. And I remember at one point I noticed he was saying the opposite to me. But why I think I took exception to what John Boy was saying at the time is in that particular game, Odegaard's wizardry was just being overlooked. Like John Boy wanted him to just set the ball quicker, let the ball go faster. When there's an opportunity, maybe take a shot himself. Whereas I could see the wisdom in what Odegaard was doing, holding on to the ball a little bit more, trusting his craft, knowing that trusting himself, like drawing players, towards him, drawing players out of the game, seeing pictures before we've even seen it, setting passes off. Like we can see the overlap that Ben White's doing, but sometimes maybe it's not that overlap that you need to give. Sometimes it's his own ball that he needs to go in there. Like I was crediting him for those things, whereas John Boy and Joey were like, nah man, you know what works. How do you know that Jesus isn't gonna Ben White's not gonna hit the ball pinpoint for Jesus's head? I can't. It was so along those lines anyway. Was having those kind of discussions, and I just felt like, come on man, you can't dig out Odegaard.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I was with it, kind of thing. But I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not even saying I'm right. I just felt he was being unnecessarily harsh at that moment, kind of thing.
Yeah, I was going to say in terms of because I'll say after the game, I know we can go into the goals, but he said he expected it to be a different game.
Who's that?
Arteta. He said he expected it to be a different game.
Yeah,
So-
you lot are trying to ruin my gaffer, bruv. Like,
No, I'm not.
no, not
trying to
you.
ruin it.
I'm just talking about the media in general.
Oh, in terms of what he says,
Yeah,
no.
they're smacking up teams and not now. Now he's now looking for ways to seem extremely modest, humble, not celebrating. His face is just straight. You know what I mean? You guys have taken the fun out of taking the vavavoom out of him, man. You know,
He's saving it. He's saving it until the end of the season, isn't it?
no, man.
He's not.
Leave him alone, man.
He didn't do the 3 fist pumps, man.
No, we only do that when we beat Liverpool, man.
Oh, fair. I was going to say anyway, yeah, so then Saka got in on the act. He scored the 2 goals. Again, another Starboy performance. played well. Who needs that striker, man? Like that guy, I just feel like this guy's always coming up with goals.
You know what Saka's doing? I think he hears people talking nonsense. He heard what Rio and was saying to Laura. He heard what the whispers going on. People are saying Foden's more talented than him, more technically gifted. He's like, say nothing. He doesn't say nothing. Comes on,
does his
next game, gives you a few more to think about.
Yeah.
When they're talking about the England lineups or what have you not, Gareth Southgate's already got his name in there. Like while he's thinking about it, his name's even there before Kane's at the moment.
Yeah.
He's the first name there. Like, you know what I mean? So Saka's not concerned with all of this.
We might not take Kane apparently because he's bad luck, but we won't go
Makes
on
sense.
to that.
A lot of people were triggered by that Foden Saka debate, weren't they?
Yeah.
It's just it's unnecessary. It's
Yeah.
rude.
And I think Rio didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
Rio has his wild claims.
Yeah.
He said Oli was at the wheel. He said
No, you know what it is when the mic's like when you're just letting your thoughts fly, bro. Sometimes you can catch some crazy straight.
Someone wasn't tapping his knee to just go, calm down, bro. We're live.
He said Foden was like basically has more claims to being world class because he will say that he's probably been misquoted because he didn't outright say Foden's world class and Saka isn't.
Yeah,
but he basically implied it.
No, he said Saka's world. He said Foden's world class.
He said Saka's not world class.
Yeah.
But I think he made out that Foden. Maybe he did actually.
Oh, he said it with his.
He said that Foden's world
Yeah, he
class.
said Foden's world class, and that's when Laura asked a question about what about Saka, and he goes, Saka's not world class yet because he hasn't really done it on the world stage or whatever stage he's done it.
And then when he was picking his England team, he then picked Saka over Foden.
Yeah.
I think with Foden because he's been around for so long and been at a massive club and like
The thing is, he hasn't even played. I mean, this year he's playing more, right? But he hasn't really been all the time in the team for them as well.
Lit it up, to be fair. I think we romanticize around his ability. To be fair, I don't think he's. I mean, he's definitely dope, but you can't take away from what Saka's done like consistently over the years. Like he's had a steady trajectory of growth.
Who's
like
got more ability, Foden or Saka?
ability wise?
That's Foden. Foden.
Yeah,
like,
I'd say Foden.
in terms of
What's he got over Saka?
like it's this is not the same, but you see someone like Messi, it just comes natural to him, and I think that's what Foden is. Foden is like the game just comes natural to him in terms of his ability.
Yeah, I'd agree
whereas
with
Saka is more like a Ronaldo in the sense of like
Application.
his application. Yeah,
his mentality, like Saka's got it. Like Saka in long term, I think Saka would go further than. Do you know? It's like better example. It's like Griezmann and Ronaldo, who were similar around when they were
Charisma,
when they were young, like on the same level. And at that time, Griezmann was seen as the guy.
Yeah,
and obviously Ronaldo's mentality took him further. It's the same with Saka. I think Saka.
I think that's a disservice to Foden. I think Foden...
Foden's dope. I rate Foden highly.
Yeah, no, because I mean mentality-wise, I think he's got that mentality. I think he's got the same application. You need to have that kind of application to play in a pep team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just think it's very easy to just say ability-wise when with Saka, ball control, second to none if you ask me. Pinpoint passes, second to none. Take a player on. Yeah, we might moan that sometimes he passes back when he's doubled up on, but he can take a player on.
Bro, I'll be
his dribbling is
I'll be
solid.
honest, I'm tired of talking about Saka.
Yeah, but I don't give a...
No, the reason I'm saying it because we know all this.
Yeah, and just
but we're talking about ability. And man saying I'm tired of talking about. You hear that disrespect? That's absolutely ridiculous. I want you to apologise now whilst I'm here.
Well, you're not going to get that apology. What I was going to say is with Foden as well. I do think because he's in that pep team, I think he's absolutely shackled. I've seen him on the right sometimes with Man City, and I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is, but it looks dusty. Like same with like how Mahrez had the shackles on him. Same like how sometimes Sterling had the shackles on. Like these guys, like Foden, he should. He could do a Palmer. He could go to another club and just be like a different player.
Do you reckon Foden can do for Arsenal what Saka's doing for Arsenal?
I don't think he can score that goal on his right foot though.
But where do you play him? If you play him on the right, then I'll say no. If you play him in the centre, I don't know. Can he do what Odegaard does? Can he be better than Odegaard? I'll say no.
That's because for me personally, I know like
dynamics.
people will say I'm biased, yeah, But I don't think Foden's got more ability than Saka.
Wait,
I don't think he's more ability. I don't think he's more technically gifted. I just think Saka's an overall better player.
He's more
in
technically
every.
gifted.
Yeah, sorry, just to match that question.
Most people are with you, Della, but I'm just saying.
If you took Saka
not
out
there.
of that left wing and you put him in another team, does he do the same thing as well?
I think.
Yeah, I think-
I
he
can
does.
see him at Liverpool doing what he's
I
doing.
think
If
Saka
you
does
take
it
him off the
wherever.
left wing and you put
on
him
the right.
yeah, if you put him off the right wing and put him on the left, or
Yeah, he
he
played
started off at left back.
that left back. He done well.
Could
He
Saka
played
be
that
at
left
United?
wing. He
but
done
at
well.
left back, he done all right. I don't think he
No,
done like greater than
that's when
anybody
he
else.
broke
though.
into the team.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I don't think when he was playing left back, I don't think
Yeah.
anybody. He wasn't like a world beater when
No,
he
he
played
wasn't.
right
He just
wing.
broke. But you see.
But he only played 22 games back there, and he still got like a goal and a few assists.
Goal.
No,
He
but
done
what I'm
well.
saying, obviously, when he was playing left back, everybody thought this is a good young talent, but nobody was like.
I'll tell you,
screaming.
no one expected him to be this good.
Yeah,
but
no,
I'll tell you what.
100%.
I
agree.
Huh?
I did.
Yeah, Mars.
Yeah.
But there was one
Didn't
game.
you?
I think I don't know if his debut was against Man United,
yeah,
but he played a
against
game against
Makers.
United.
Yeah.
And you could just see the way he used his body, the way he shielded
Yeah.
it. I was
Like Maino, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, and
intelligence.
So Saka to me is like Seedorf in the sense of like you can play him in any position and he'll do well. He's on left back, left wing.
Okay.
He's even played in has he played as an 8? Either 8 or 10. He's done it in centre and he's played on the right. So play him anywhere. He does well.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying about Seedorf because I can rarely remember ever Seedorf ever having a bad game. If you know what I mean, he was
Consistent.
normally consistent. So I agree, but let's not. Obviously, the thing is, I wanted to move away from Saka strives just to give to highlight
justify yourself.
Oh, he was rude. He was rude, innit?
Trossard and
He's rude.
Havertz.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's have it right. Let's have it right. He was rude.
Bro, they're egging you on, bro. Let's talk about quickly Trossard and then Havertz getting on the act as well.
Yeah, no, but I think like Trossard, top guy though.
Yeah.
Top guy, man. I think I started on him, to be honest. Like, I think like what he's given us as sometimes just gone under the radar. Like he's had to really fight for his minutes at the club. Like, you know what I mean? He's fighting sometimes.
But sometimes fairly, because you remember he went off the boil a little bit and he came back. So I think maybe that gives him that jolt.
But imagine he could have had a great game. Like, imagine against Crystal Palace, he started that game, yeah. He played really well. Martinelli came on, scored 2. The next game he was dropped. Now, I'm not saying he was wrong to be dropped, but I'm just saying he's playing in those kind of conditions where he's not getting like the run of games. Let's say your Saka is getting or what have you not. So he's not having as much of an opportunity to make the impact as some of his competitors are. But he's doing his thing, bro. Like, he's doing his thing. I think he's honestly some of the best bit of business that we've done. I think we bought him for less than we sold Balogun for, bro.
Yeah, you got him for a good price.
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, Trossard is great bit of business.
And then was Havertz more or less the cherry on the top?
Havertz, I think that goal was brilliant. Like, it was an individual, like literally from a throw in from Jakub Kiwior, like literally all individual.
He had a great game, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Like, honestly, like, again, Zinni, like, do you come straight back into the team? You know what I mean?
I'm not sure.
Even Tomiyasu come back. I don't know what's happened to him. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know what's going on with him. You know what I mean? But Kiwior's doing decent. But yeah, Havertz, bro. Havertz, like I said, I feel like I'm fair with Arsenal. I was a massive critic of Havertz, and then when he started turning it around, when he started winning us some points, when I actually could see his value, I noted it. I said, yo, this guy, he's bringing value to the club, and ever since that way, I campaigned for him to get off the watch list. He's
almost like a silent assassin, isn't he?
He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing, man. Like,
asterisk, you campaigned to get him off the list after you put him on.
Yeah, I put him on, but that just shows.
You're saying asterisk, you don't have to.
Fair enough, bro.
Letting everybody else.
So obviously Arsenal got Porto next, Champions League, and then after that Newcastle.
Yeah, it's very important, man. This game against Porto, very important, man. They've got much better European pedigree than we have. You know what I mean?
You should move to them.
We should. Who's this? Their second striker that's not played that much this season, but I can't. If it does begin with Z,
I know you're talking about the guy who bangs overhead kicks in Champions League, bro.
I think you must. Yeah, might be that guy, but I heard that he's not available for selection. I know he's not played that much this season, but you know what I mean. Small.
Was it Sevilla?
No, this is no.
Was you're talking about Mehdi? Taron Mehdi. That's the guy who bangs overhead kicks for them in Champions League.
Is
He's their main striker, right?
No,
Medi's a main striker.
that's the one. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, him. But no, he's not been playing this season. I think it's some Evaldino or some.
Evan Nilsson.
Evan Nilsson.
Yeah.
So you know,
he's alright, but Taremi's better than him. So.
Yeah, but I think Evan Nilsson's been playing more. But I don't think.
No, you should deal with them, man.
You can't take it for granted.
I'm just thinking that all of Liverpool, when we used to play Porto, probably like out of the last 5 Champions League, we played them in the knockouts probably twice. And with our not great teams, we've dealt with them, man. And obviously Porto, it's not the same team, but you should deal with them, man.
You should. And then
hopefully, man, it's that PTSD that I spoke about in the group chat to you, Del Estrada. Like, we don't cup competitions in general, like Arteta.
Go and finish it, point.
Yeah, and then even in Europe as well. So it's that PTSD. But if we can walk away with a 2-goal cushion, I think
the form you're in now, I think.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. But we're missing a lot of players as well, you know. So, you know, we're missing a lot of players. We have got strength in depth because we have been performing, but we are missing a lot of players as well. Europe's different to playing in the Prem. So,
and then Newcastle after that.
Newcastle, the wheels have fallen off over there.
Yeah,
man.
they have.
Yeah, we need to come for some vengeance over there still.
Is that on your list of games to go to the rest of the season? Is that a W?
Yeah. I'm not taking anything less than that. Me personally, I don't think the guys will. If the guys let Arteta down, he will be absolutely livid,
especially for that game.
Yeah. Exactly for that game, for what it was for this season, and just in general, like. Yeah, like they've got a lot of things to worry about. They just lost their sporting director to you guys and stuff like that. They've on and off the pitch, it seems like it's falling apart over there at the moment. That's just my opinion.
They got Harvey Barnes back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I heard that still. Fuck that, man.
But this is same level as Anthony Gordon, to be fair.
All right, cool. And let's quickly move on to the next game. I'm sure we'll probably breeze through this one. Marley Mar, Luton 1, Man United 2. Højlund scores twice as ETH's side survive a scare to secure 4th straight win.
Yep. Yeah,
does that sum up the game quite well?
Basically, yeah. I mean, there wasn't anything to jump and rave about other than probably Mainu being the bright spark of the day, putting another solid performance. Yeah, obviously you've seen there's a lot of reports about him at the minute. A lot of different kind of articles coming out about him. Hopefully, I just want him to just keep his feet on the ground. Don't get don't get lost in all the articles that are being written because
don't get ahead of himself.
Yeah, because people are talking about the Euros and.
What do you think about that though?
I mean, it makes sense in terms of his ability, but I don't want him in that environment. Yeah, not yet, man. Let England figure out.
But what you said, it makes sense, as in for him to just go for experience, or do you think he'll actually
in terms of ability? I think he's that live. I'll be honest.
But who does he get in ahead of?
The guy that keeps on getting sent off,
Phillips.
But yeah, Phillips would have been in it, and I think if he's in it, he takes his spot. I think he's better than him personally.
What about Barkley?
I don't think Barkley gets in the team. I don't even think he gets a sniff.
Not with this manager.
Yeah,
no, possible.
Yeah. So I mean, I think he could get in, but I just want him to just his time will definitely come for sure. Højlund obviously had a really, really good game. All the stuff I was critiquing about him, as you say, he's back on defenders, and that used to be his prime objective of the game. Now he's obviously making use of it. Like his hold-up play is looking better. He's bringing guys into play better. He's seeing that his teammates ain't going to pass him the ball, so he's scoring goals out of absolutely nothing now.
Yeah. Bro, what was that? With his chest?
With his chest, which was a very, very sublime finish. So I mean, he's got it, man. The kid's got it.
United came out the traps though, didn't they? They kind of started quick, but then they have that thing in their locker where
we can't control games.
We concede, and then you almost feel like, oh God, is it going to be one of those games again?
Yeah, we can't control games, and I think our decision making in the final third still needs a lot of work. I think our shooting as well in front of goal is very, very bad,
mate.
Very, very terrible. Casemiro should have got sent off. So I mean,
pick up on that.
Yeah, luck was on our day, for sure. But I mean, it's another 3 points.
Why do you think you lot can't control games?
I think there's too much trampoline football in midfield. To be fair, I think Mano is offering a dope outlet in terms of like he's very, very composed under pressure. He doesn't rush things. He's not like booting the ball out of play. Like he's actually looking for passes to keep the ball in motion. I don't know, man.
Are you saying Casemiro's drowning him a little bit?
Well, I don't think Casemiro can keep up at the minute.
Yeah,
I think
it's the pace.
Yeah,
not the pace. I mean, he can't play with the pace of the Premier League at the moment.
At the minute, I would say so for sure. And
At the moment.
no, last season he was okay.
Last season, right.
We just had this conversation. For half a season, he was okay.
But he was injured for a lot of last season as well, and suspended.
Right in the comments. I want to hear what people are saying. Do you think Casemiro was all right last season, or was he just as woeful as they're saying this season?
Yeah.
So what? Højlund and Mano took the headlines.
Yeah,
100%.
Everyone else is pretty stinky.
Yeah.
To your point of why couldn't we control the game? Bruno had one of his worst games I've ever
So
seen
bad.
in a Man United kit. Like he bad decision after bad decision, poor in front of goal. Yeah, he just looked off the ball. So I'm not gonna pretend like
It was Fernando. It was him. Sorry, Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho that they went past the keeper and they couldn't even slot it home.
Yeah, which was just terrible finishing. Garnacho, I get it, he's 19 years old, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt in front of goal in those instances. But yeah, man, nothing to
really shout about.
Yeah, another 3 points.
So Casemiro was lucky.
Off,
yeah, lucky.
Yeah, he should have got
Should have got sent off for that lunge of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you know what? I'll give praise to Ten Hag because he said that at half time he felt that the next challenge that they were going to do, that the ref was going to send them off.
Yeah, that's not the science there, is it?
No, but bro, in terms of before, I think we've criticised managers for like going,
Ollie's done it.
Yeah, like why aren't you subbing this guy off? He's gonna get sent off. Then he'd probably get sent off, and then we might draw the game or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So sometimes a bit of common sense from the manager, I think, goes a long way.
Yeah, but last week I think we asked you what you think this game result was going to be, and I think you thought it would be a bit of an easier game than it was.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I said it'll be a tricky game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said it'll be a tricky game.
And we always know Luton at home are going to be tricky.
Yeah, I mean it's just a stadium, isn't it? The stadium, like everyone's on top of you.
It's only 10,000 capacity as well. That's what makes it crazy.
It's intense. It's absolutely intense.
All the Rashford abuse,
bro, you could hear it, man.
Yeah,
you can hear it.
What are you saying with Rashford still a bit lost?
He didn't have a particularly terrible game, but he just doesn't look like the same guy from last season. Let's just say that.
I don't think he have you seen the clip of him?
Oh, where he just lets Barkley just go around it.
Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, bro, that's poor, bro.
It is poor, but I also know when you've got like when eyes are on you, it's easy to find clips like that. I would say it did look mad bad though, but I did watch the game with my own eyes. I didn't see. I didn't get a feeling of Rashford isn't putting in a shift, that thing, innit?
But I swear I've read that Luton literally had the third most. I don't know, like was it transition? I can't. There was some stat that suggests Luton had all the control.
Oh, they did.
They looked like it. It did look like it. It wasn't a good game, man.
And I don't. And obviously, when you're saying you watched it with your eyes as well, like same as I saw it, probably not as attentively as you, but like. When you do see those little moments where isolating Rashford playing the way we saw in that clip, like it can't just be a one-off, in my opinion. Like that obviously when you're watching it on TV, you're relying on camera angles, innit? But to me, that just shows that he's not. I don't know. He doesn't seem starving to.
Yeah, I hate what you're saying that, but I what I would say to because I don't know what minute of the game.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, because my observation of the game, I think around the 70th minute, 80th minute, like Garnacho was running himself into the ground, and I actually looked at. I was like, so who's on the sub bench? Like, why are we killing these guys? Type thing. And obviously we had Ahmed, we had Anthony.
Why did you bring him on then?
I haven't. That's my point. Like, so I obviously after the game, people were saying that Ten Hag made a great in-game decision making, like in terms of management. But I was thinking, I mean, I don't think so, because I think he could have utilised his bench a bit better. And to that Rashford point, I don't know what time of the game that was. Like, it could have been in the 89th minute, for all we know. Like, he could have been absolutely shattered, because there was a time in the game where a lot of the players looked like they were spent.
Yeah, I agree.
So Luton 80 man ragged.
Listen, real, man.
Yeah.
We struggled.
It was end to end though. It was end to end, literally.
struggled.
But
It was basketball, football for a bit.
Yeah.
But then just the thing that I was trying to remember, I've just got it up on my phone. It says Man U allowed Luton 72 transition opportunities, which is the third highest total for a team in a Premier League game this season.
So go on, sorry.
Yeah, and then it goes on to say Casemiro's level team structure was a factor. He had been dribbled past 2.9 times per 90.
Yeah, he was awful.
20.
He was awful.
Yeah.
This is his last season, man.
Yeah, so yeah, just by that alone, it kind of, that wouldn't suggest that.
No, I get
it was a one-off.
I was watching it and I was worried because I was like, these chances they're having, bro, you just need one of those to go in and then we're back to square one. And then that whole thing is creeping back into the team now where it's like, we've just conceded again. And then you're like, oh my God, are they going to go backwards? Are they in terms of, are they going to concede one more?
I did feel like if they scored, we would have scored again now. I did genuinely think that, but it was tricky. It was a tricky time.
Yeah, we should have put chances away as well, though. That's the thing. Like,
question as a Man United fan, because I genuinely forgot this. Did you remember that we got Mason Mount in our squad?
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. Yeah,
he can't be injured anymore.
No, but I was gonna pick up on your point though. You know when you were talking about the subs, that's what I was gonna say. He's made those subs obviously because of the cards, right? So McTominay and whatever, because he want to take Casemiro off, and I think Evans for Maguire. But for me,
Evans is playing decent.
Yeah, he played all right. But for me, it's like he don't have the faith in those players on the bench to take off the players that are on the pitch. That makes sense.
Well, it's clearly that's the point, because Ahmed, he can't get a sniff right now, and he's obviously coming off the back of a good season at Sunderland. It's odd that, you know, Anthony was in the team for a while and he wasn't playing well. Garnacho was actually playing off the left. Now he's moving on to the right. Now he's immovable. Like it's strange. But
crazy game. And Luton, I'd just say big up their captain, Carlton Morris. I think he had a good game for them.
Yeah, and Lukonga.
Yeah,
and Barkley.
It's said in the group, Maino's better than Lukonga and starts in an Arsenal team 1,000,000%.
It's only because of his age. So like, because Lukonga's a good player.
Yeah.
But obviously he's
what's Maino, like 18?
Yeah, 18 years old. Yeah.
He doesn't start in an Arsenal team.
I mean, I think the approach of Man United fans needs to be: we have our feelings about Maino. We know how good he is, and
keep it to ourselves.
Just keep it to ourselves, man.
Sorry,
let's not make any noise.
Quick question:
too big.
What's the new guy that's coming to your club from Man City? Or was it
from Man City?
Omar.
Yeah, who do you think is on his chopping block?
A lot.
Ain't that
Dan Ashworth.
Yeah.
I was going to move on to that.
This guy's definite, because he's the one that's saying 2 years you haven't done well, you're out.
And Anthony might be on there, you know.
I think Ronaldo's going to be on there.
Ronaldo?
Sorry, Rashford, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, Rashford, Anthony.
Because I don't think someone comes in the club that's obviously trying to do the best for the club doesn't identify Rashford as an asset.
Yeah, you're looking at the balance sheet.
Yeah, as the highest earner.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yes, I think
and plus you'd probably be able to get an alright fee for him as well.
You'll get.
I don't see him renewing Rashford's contract on the same salary.
Yeah,
but when does his contract run out?
I don't know.
I think he's got some time on it.
It's a new contract.
Yeah.
Maybe like 3 years, maybe, or something.
Yeah.
So is there anyone else though?
Martial will go.
Casemiro, I think, will go. I think Varane will probably. I think he might go.
Martial.
You know, but Martial's already gone.
He's gone already, isn't it? Ericsson might go.
Ericsson, but he's almost on the way out, isn't he?
It would be good to offload Anthony as well, but I don't know if he'll go. He'll probably stay
contractually.
Yeah, there's a few players, 100%. Like we've got like a lot of we've got a bloated squad basically.
Yeah. So I was going to move on to it. Obviously, Dan Ashworth from Newcastle, they're saying that obviously he's on gardening leave now because Man United don't want to pay 20 million. Newcastle apparently wanted 20 million for him.
So what does that mean for him then?
Well, for Dan Ashworth,
Yeah.
it means that basically he can't go to another club for like 6 months.
Unless we pay the compensation.
Unless we pay him 20 million. So I think he's left the club on gardening leave. So I think in the summer he will join us.
But with gardening, aren't Newcastle still paying him?
Yeah.
So it's
But if we give him the compensation of 20 million, then he can. I believe that he can.
Yeah,
then,
he can jump ship straight away.
No, but the transfer window's closed.
Yeah, no,
So
that's
you
the
might
whole
as well
point. That's why
so
Man
you might as well
United are
get
doing
rid
it
of him now. but he's on garden leave and you're still paying him, so you're losing.
Yeah, because Eddie Howe was saying it's nuts how we're losing him, but he knows all our potential targets. He knows everything about the club.
But it's his contract as well, isn't it? So obviously they can't just let him go without paying him compensation.
Yeah, no, but he's on garden leave, so they're still paying him.
Yeah, so I'm saying they can't let him go without compensation. So it works out for both of them.
What you're saying, they should just cut their losses.
If they cut their losses and sell it,
but then you're strengthening your enemies, isn't it?
So the idea of garden leave is, I know you know how it works here, but the idea of garden leave is you can't do any work in that industry or for a competitor.
Oh yeah, okay, I get that.
You get what I mean? So the idea of him being on garden leave is
so he won't get them summer signing.
Yeah, exactly. He can't help United.
Yeah,
but then obviously behind the scene, what's to say that
he's not already doing that at home?
Yeah, exactly.
And then send a text message, get a burner phone, and say, "Yo, by the way,
people do that.
I'm leaving Newcastle, go to United.
I think because obviously they don't want to pay the 20 million compensation.
United.
Oh, United don't want to pay that,
to Newcastle,
and then they don't want to pay him compensation for sacking him because he's got a contract with them.
Yeah. So then, but you put him on. So I understand a bit. I'm only looking at the finance aspect of it. So I understand the garden leave, so that he can't do anything that will jeopardize.
The salary will be cheaper than the compensation of paying him to sever his contract with Newcastle,
or the damage that can be done if he goes to Man United early for free, bruv.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't then go for free.
Well, but if you're terminating your contract, you are doing that, innit?
Yeah, because I think what you're trying to suggest, if correct me if I'm wrong, is if Newcastle just cut their losses to say, I'm not paying you no more, go off, do what you like. What Joey's saying is that might put them, it could land them in issue legislation wise, because it's like employment wise, you're saying cut me off and go to Man United, but you're reacting to news in the press or what have you not.
No, but my thing is, so if you're paying them on garden leave, he's still getting the same salary, right? So as Simon Jordan will say, like, you got a contract, I'm not letting you go unless they pay your compensation. So they're not going to pay your compensation. So do your job. Like, do your job until they pay your compensation.
I get you. Okay, so rather than him just being off,
do your job. You got a contract. If you don't do your job, then I'll sack you.
But then Newcastle will say that puts them at a disadvantage because then they don't have anyone. No, they don't have anyone as well.
Yeah, but
so
they don't have anyone now.
Leave now, they can actually start looking for someone.
No, because remember, garden leave. The point of it is that you're not up to date with what's happening in our club in that period, but we still have to pay you because you're an employee.
But then it allows Newcastle, I'm saying, to go out there and try and find his next replacement.
Okay,
Whereas
I get that bit, yeah. Okay.
If they didn't have, do you understand what I'm saying? Because otherwise they'd have no one.
I think
now they can start looking.
I think the main thing for garden leave though is probably what Joey's saying.
Yeah, of course.
Although like he's up to speed from everything up until today, there's gonna be a lot of moving parts in the next few months to come, and they don't want him to be in the know of that because he can just go off and say, "Oh, do you know what they're planning? This, you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
So that's really
it's dumb though, because whatever Newcastle planning is probably him that was planning
it. Exactly. That's stupid. I'll go to Molly Moore as well quickly before we move on, because time's against us. Also, Jim's trying to get the regeneration of the Man City area near us.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically he's in contact with the Man City Council to get the regeneration of the area.
The Man City Council, that's the
City of Manchester.
I think it's called Manchester City Council.
Okay.
I've seen that.
So basically try and get a new stadium.
Massive project.
90,000.
Massive.
Hang on, and you guys wanted the money.
So
no, but they would have done the same thing.
I don't think they would have.
I don't think they would have done all these changes.
Maybe that's what Thingy did as well, though. At Man City as well.
Yeah, but apparently what happened was that, well, this is the finer details. I don't know if it's true or not, but when they said to the Sheikhs, what guarantees are you going to offer us, like a new stadium? They were never, the reassurances were never there. It was almost just talk. It wasn't like, I think, like pen to paper.
Yeah.
Whereas I think gyms were more like pen to paper, like.
Sounds like racism to me.
Listen, with Jim, I think a lot of well, not even a lot. I think all Man United fans have come round to Jim.
That is a massive pause.
It was.
But we're talking 40s.
Was it?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I've come
the
round.
Man United fans have come round.
No.
To Jim.
I didn't pause like that, bro.
I know you don't
Come
pause
around
like
to
that.
gyms. How's that pause?
It's not pause. Anyway, that sentence there, yeah.
They say that. They say that in the group chat. I dare you.
That sentence there, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just making a lot of right decisions. And I think with the Sheikhs, the issue with the Sheikhs is you look at obviously what's happening over at PSG, where they've squandered money squandered money, Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and they're gonna have zilch for all of that. Like
That's
it's.
true.
I don't know, and I think obviously the Sheikh's approach tends to be, especially with a club like Man United, would probably be get the highest profile players possible.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jim's is coming. It seems like it's coming with like strategy that long term it would be. It's going to benefit Man United. So yeah, man, I've got no issues with him. He's doing his thing, and he's also peed up as well. Like it's not like he was broke. Like it was because he was being compared to how much they had. But he's still got pay. He's got paper, you know.
But the thing is what? He's only got 25% as well. Anyway,
25%, yeah. But all the footballing decisions. That's
the main crux of it, man.
That's what you need,
that's
man.
What we need.
As fans, that's all we care about. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, you guys have done some decent.
We're trying. That's the main thing. Obviously, United play again on Saturday. They play Fulham.
At home, right?
Yes, at Old Trafford, yeah.
Yeah, we should win that.
That's a tricky one, though. Yeah, it's Fulham.
Not at home. I think
we'll be all right.
I think they're right. They slapped them up. I was disappointed with how bad Fulham played at Craven Cottage.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll be comfortable. Personally.
Cool. Before we do our back page segment, just throw it out there quickly because there were times against us. Obviously, Wolves beat Tottenham. 2-1.
Good game.
The Wheels
That's
are falling off
back-to-back.
there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, back to back.
Hold tight, O'Neill, man.
Back to back Wednesday.
But we're saying Neto had a game.
Yeah, man.
Neto.
Yeah.
He always has a game.
Yeah, that counter got.
I think he's due a move, isn't he?
He's just
Coming into the season.
injury prone. I know, like we were looking at him as well, Arsenal, and I know a lot of Arsenal fans would love him at the club. I just feel like he's always on that injury table, man. But he's a very good player. He's very rapid.
Good. Yeah, I like
very
him.
rapid as well. Like,
Is that Martinelli-esque?
Yeah, so I imagine
More
like
control.
More control. Do you know Martinelli was on trial at Man United? Do you know that?
Yeah, there's
he was
even
on
a picture
trial,
of him.
Yeah.
No, I know from the weekend. I was like, raw.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was on trial when Scott McTominay and
it was that
You
other
guys said
Brandon Williams was in
Brandon
the
Williams. Yeah,
You say you regret
You
not
rejected
signing
him, yeah?
Yeah, we rejected him still.
Well, right now, based on I'd have Martinelli in my team all day.
No, but you rejected him back then.
Yeah.
But Man United did, yeah.
Yeah, well, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
So-
I agree.
But yeah, man, no, Wolves done their thing, man. I feel like the defending for the first goal was poor. Like that, you got a free header. Was it Gomez, innit? He scored twice. He got a free header. I don't know who was marking him. I think it was Son, maybe. But I think the defending in general was poor. It's just funny. Like I know Tottenham fans seem to think they've got the best player in every position in their team, but it's just not translating on the pitch. And I swear Ange came out recently and was saying he's not a magician. Like,
Yeah, he seems a bit grumpy sometimes.
Yeah.
He's always grumpy, innit?
Yeah.
he gone from being the media darling.
I don't know why the media loved him
Yeah,
so
but
much.
we're saying this, but I remember when at the beginning of the season I said, don't managers normally have this thing with Tottenham? They seem to do all right. Then a few bad games settle in and then they kind of have a dip. So
Yeah, he's saying he's at the phase where he's cussing his players now.
No, probably cussing Levy.
yeah, he was about some more players, isn't he? But yeah, it'd be interesting to see because obviously I want them to do as badly as possible so we can catch up and overtake them.
Well, what's it? You're 3 points behind them now.
Yeah, 3 points. Yeah.
We'll catch them. And
You think so?
Yeah, I think we'll catch them. And apparently, I think if Man City get to semi-finals in Champions League, there's a fifth spot.
Yeah, there's a fifth spot.
Oh, yeah.
What does Arsenal
Why
need
is
to
that?
do?
Because they've done.
What do we
I think
need
they've
to
done
do?
well in
I
Europe.
just saw Man City. I don't know if Arsenal needs to
I
do
think
anything.
if all the English teams done well,
If all of them do well.
I think that's how it all started off. Obviously, if City now win it or get close to winning it, they'll do well. Then you got Liverpool doing well in Europe. Then I think Villa may do well in the Conference Cup. So that means the English teams are doing.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a fifth spot.
So what are they saying? All we need is for City to go to the semis.
What I heard is Man City needs to get to the semi-finals for there to be a fifth spot. That's what I heard, but maybe there's more conditions to it. But if that's the case, I mean,
That means everything else is just a bonus then.
yeah, it's going to be a real cheap way to get in the Champions League. We've done it before in a cheap way, but listen,
Yeah, bro.
Get it, you get it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, before we go, let's do our back pages segment quickly. Let's go around the room. Marley Mar.
everyone's probably gonna go for the same person. I'm gonna go for Xabi Alonso again. Did he beat the record this weekend?
I don't know.
I think he might be.
I think you're right.
I think he equaled it.
He equaled. Is it
Yeah.
equaled? Okay, so is it equaled the longest unbeaten streak in Bundesliga, which I think is 32 games.
Crazy.
Overtook Bayern Munich, and their next game is at home. If they obviously win that, then they're out in front. So yeah, man.
Are they 8 points clear at the moment? Or
8 points clear. Yeah, Bayern Munich lost in it.
Yeah.
Harry Kane jinx.
Jeez, crazy work.
Joey?
Yeah, mine's Darwin Núñez, man. Top tier finish, man. That's it.
Hot time, man, like Darwin.
Strives?
Yeah, I'm giving mine to Martin Odegaard. Brilliant performance, couple assists in there. Yeah, love it, man. Love that for you, Odegaard.
De La Strada?
Gary O'Neill. He's working wonders at Wolves at this moment.
Gary O'Neill, that's a good one, you know. I didn't expect that.
Who would you rather have in a England job? Gary O'Neill or
We had this
Howe?
conversation. I said Howe, but you said Gary O'Neill because he had more gravitas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you went, okay, you do remember. What are you saying, Howe?
I said Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill is what? Strives?
Gary, actually, maybe Eddie Howe.
I haven't seen too much of Gary O'Neill.
Yeah,
I know
I
he's
think
done
Eddie
well
Howe.
at Bournemouth and at Wolves.
Recency bias was about to make me say Gary O'Neill, but
because I think I've seen him take the same football from Bournemouth and play it at Wolves. That's what's really impressed me, man.
Yeah.
But haven't we seen the same thing?
Taking the
with Eddie
relegated team into the Champions League.
No, he has. But then again, I still kind of have a doubt in the back of my mind. I'm just waiting for Eddie Howe's stuff to kind of go tits up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's always been my expectation for some reason.
How's football?
It's not the greatest to watch as well.
Yeah, it's the kind of football I can't see winning international. I don't know, like winning stuff. As in trophies, it will do well, but
It could probably do what Nigeria did in AFCON.
He'll get to semi-finals and quarters like Gareth Southgate, but he's going to win you it.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I still think I hear you, but I don't know that I agree with you.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nah, that's fine, man. And mine is it was Jadon Philogene or Hull City
For Pushkas.
Yeah, when he did that dirty dribble and then that goal was dirty.
Was it Rabona?
Rabona.
But it was a deflection though.
I think it went in straight.
I can't remember, but bro, it was just the whole phase of play was too cold.
Do you know what the score was before he scored that goal?
Was
he playing Huddersfield? Wasn't it?
No, I wanted to know whether it was winning 5-0.
No. I know the final score was 2-1 to Hull. Yeah, so
interesting exercise. Sorry, I know I'm holding this thing up. When goals like that score in, I always look at the teammates to see who's celebrating and see who's being a hater. Like there was a guy in the middle of the box that was basically he was pissed. He was pissed, but then he went for Hull. Yeah, but that's an interesting exercise. When people score bangers, always look at the teammates to see who's the haters, who's not celebrating, who's celebrating.
Yeah, that was a great goal, and dope to see. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll be back at the same time, same place next week.